we find out that Grandma has lost her shorts in a snowstorm in Texas. And on to the next story, we're gonna have the Hazy Daisy, straight from Daisy herself, so please enjoy.
And first, itty bitty disclaimer, please do not bother anyone or anything ever discussed in my videos, as they are simply for entertainment purposes. We just like looking into the strange and the unusual, so let's not get it twisted. And welcome to your very own deprogramming session.
Let me just say, I appreciate all of you joining us, but I am being told that there are people outside waiting for me due to the fact that there are holes in my mask. Well, little do they know, I am genuinely a plague doctor, and this is my face, so there's not much else I can do about that. Instead of talking about me, let's discuss the show that we just had. Wow, learning about squirrels is amazing. I hope that you enjoyed.
Thank you for that very informative update, Plague Doctor. Very great, wonderful, good to hear. What's up, turds, nerds, freaks and geeks, and all that's in between? It's me, your girl, Daisy Dame, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the Hazy Daisy news. I honestly love that it is such a beautiful day, but I'm feeling bad for my neighbors because they have to witness this porcelain doll. So welcome to the Hazy Daisy news, the news for truth and freedom. Hello all, and thank you for joining me today. I am a cat in a normal house, and we're gonna have some news stories. I know many of you have already heard, but the CDC is warning against a zombie apocalypse. Many are thinking it was a joke, and they ran to their phones to check for themselves. Truth is, the CDC has been warning about this for a while now. Much like the UFO footage that they had put out, this was clearly old news recycled. This seems quite similar to me. I know many have not heard of this yet or maybe looked too much into it, but we're going to take a look at those stories and more today. When you go to the CDC site, they list a few things that you can check out to be prepared on such a topic. The first one is a zombie preparedness blog. People can refer to this for tips. There's zombie preparedness for educators, complete with lessons and activities, a zombie preparedness poster so that it's always at the top of your mind, as well as a zombie graphic novel that follows two characters and their dog as a strange disease surfaces and spreads, turning ordinary people into zombies. The lesson here goes back to the importance of being prepared so that readers can get their family, workplace, or school ready before disaster strikes. Here's the thing, even though the thought of a zombie attack may be scary to many, the emergency kit of the CDC offers some peace of mind. Plus, it also helps with other disasters that may occur. That includes earthquakes, hurricanes, or floods. Some of these items include a gallon of water, non-perishable foods, medications if needed, non-prescription medications, tools like a utility knife, sanitary products, clothing, blankets, first aid supplies, and more. It also lets you know about the importance of certain documents like passports, a driver's license, and a birth certificate for your kit. The CDC also stresses the importance of this emergency plan, and if they're stressing the importance, well, I too will stress that importance to you, my friends. As the CDC reminds us, when zombies are hungry, they won't stop until they get food, which means you need to get out of town fast. Some tips the CDC offers includes picking a central meeting place for your family, and identifying emergency contacts, as well as an evacuation route. Now, I want to look at the thought of whether zombies are so far-fetched. Another important part of this entire thing is zombies in media and how we have been conditioned and prepared over about the last decade with titles like World War Z. The Walking Dead was a huge thing with a huge fandom, to the point where people were honestly hoping and prepping for whether this could occur. And honestly, I think many of us were shook back in the early 2000s when a certain substance was being used that caused people to act in ways that they looked like a zombie or behaved in that manner. So, is it a possibility? Is this more likely than not? I would consider the fact that if they are stressing it, if they're warning against it once again, we might want to take notice. Just be aware that this is something that they're discussing, and also the possibilities of how this can happen. I mean, look what we're going through right now. It is a form of illness that's spreading worldwide that nobody could supposedly contain, that had to run its course. Imagine if something else were to happen. Like, imagine if instead of what's spreading at the moment, imagine it being like a zombie virus. Another really important one I wanted to talk about is Shaun of the Dead. Admittedly, as I've stated many times before, I really used to enjoy those types of movies. I really thought it was quite funny until I learned about the dark underbelly of Hollywood and things like that. Shaun of the Dead was a really big one. It got a lot of people comfortable, in laughing at this. And the way that Shaun responded to the zombies in the beginning reminds me a lot of what would likely happen here today. If people were out and about and they saw a zombie, like, would they really react? Or are they going to think it's just somebody blitzed out their mind on some things that they should have saved for their bathtub? Just saying. Another really big one was Dawn of the Dead. Of course, that one's a bit older, but there's also 28 weeks later, 28 days later. 28 days later was a big one. That one was a big deal. Quarantine was also a movie that came out. The Returned. There was also a lot of shows, as well as on Netflix, that were praising this. What was that one? iZombie? There were so many instances over the last decade where it seems as though the zombie narrative was once again brought into the main public eye and pushed. And I get there's only so many tropes and so many ideas and so many, formats of media, but I just find this pattern significant. I find it interesting, and I'm really curious as to what you guys think about it. Many have gone bonkers after CDC's new info. Outlets are going crazy over this discussion of the new scandalous info. It is as if the CDC is a beauty influencer on YouTube. They do all they can to catch your eye, even if it includes some drama, as long as they are getting the clicks and seeding your minds and hundreds of others, if not thousands. How many people will be aware? And how many people still watch the television, to be honest? Like, how many of you are still watching? And this is why you get to Hazy Daisy News, looking at news stories and pulling the bits of truth from them. I will say this, if you genuinely are concerned about zombies and what may happen, I would suggest looking up the Zombie Survival Guide. There are many ways that zombies could happen, and I think that this is something the bad guys would like to actively work towards, because honestly, their body count, they don't mind, obviously. In other news, Governor Cuomo is to receive backlash as the news outlet and medias and puppets are no longer in his favor. Yes, one moment he was almost awarded and hailed as a hero, and now he's going down with a long list of allegations. As we know, this is routine. We see this all the time. They build people up and tear them down. It's the same with Trump. Believe it or not, I know that's controversial. He was actually quite liked back in the day, and he did many movie roles and many pop-ins, right? But when the media machine rears its nasty 9 heads and they change their tune, you best believe you better try and hit those notes or tune your fiddle, and you know what I mean. I could add a compilation, but for your sake, I won't. Please tell me the craziest stories that you've seen over the last week or two. What are the wildest things that you've seen going on? I know that we're already in the Twilight Zone, but I need to know your thoughts down below. Please tell me what you're thinking, how you feeling, how you doing. I missed you. I adore you. I also want to give a big thank you to my members. You truly are the coal that makes this train roll, and I wouldn't be able to do this without you. So thank you for your continued support. It truly means a lot. Also, last to note, if anybody's concerned about how crazy my eyes look right now, it's because one eye boo-boo healed, and then I got another one. So I did the same thing I did last time. I tried to put like a little bit of makeup on my other eye so you can't tell which one is the boo-boo. But you can guess again in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. I really do adore you guys, whether you're just stopping by, whether you're subbing, whether you're liking, whatever you're doing. I appreciate you. Also, in other news, I don't know where to add this, but I just wanted to add this real quick. I won a poster from one of my favorite video game characters, Fuse, the voice actor. His name is Ben Pendergrass. You can check him out on Instagram and Twitter. He is beyond so sweet. He's also on Twitch at BenjiP. No, it's the Bobby P, and he calls them the Bobby Gang. So don't be shy. Please check it out. And don't forget to check out my other social media, whether it's Twitch. I would love to have you guys over there on Twitch. DameDaisy Plays. That is the most uncensored version of Daisy, I promise you. And that's because we're gaming. It's fun. It's just so funny. Still PG-13. Good time. Just saying. Also, check out my Snapchat, my Instagram. You know, just check me out. Oh, and Twitter. I'm on Twitter too. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Oh, and stay safe from zombies, okay?